Good evening. It's Erica here from Me Too Paper Crafts, coming to you for Case the Catty this Thursday night. I'm really excited about this set. Can you believe it? I purchased it last year in the annual catalog, the 2023 annual catalog. It's called Let's Go Fishing. You can see the catalog here. Let's Go Fishing on page 78. And I didn't buy it the first suite. I mean, when the catalog first came out, I bought a lot of the other suites. For example, Bright and Beautiful, which was the birthday balloon set. I bought Countryside Inn, which I just loved. And I purchased Earth and Elegant. So I purchased a lot of them, but this one I didn't because no one in my direct family goes fishing. I do have friends that go fishing, and so I contemplated getting it, and I thought, well, there's only a few birthdays. But when I saw that it was carrying forward in, before I talk about that, so I decided to buy the designer series paper that comes with it because I thought if I don't use the fishing side, it had some really nice colors, masculine colors. Wild Wheat, Mossy Meadow, Misty Moonlight, Boho Blue, and Pebble Path. And I thought they would make great masculine cards. I mean, you could still use the fish patterns, but I was thinking more of the opposite sides of the paper to do other cards. Anyway, it turned out I never did. I never used any of the paper. I was too busy doing other things. Flowers are typically my go-to cards, but the paper is fantastic. And I just checked, and sadly, it's like gone. So you can't get it anymore, but the whole bundle, the stamp set and the dies, are carrying into the new 2024 catalog. So I thought, wow, wasn't that lucky that I bought the paper? But not to worry, if you've got fishing fans and you still want to get the fishing bundle, you can pair that up with any other papers that you want, or just use cardstock. So there you go. But the papers were really cute, and I think the dies do cut out some of these fish. So like I said, I never played with it, but tonight I'm playing with it. And I'm going to show you what is commonly called a block card. I'll show you what I mean when I get started. So if you're new to finding me on the internet, please say hello. I love newcomers. And if you're some of my followers, then welcome as soon as I see some of your comments coming on. And we'll get started. So first of all, let's just take a look at, I'm going to show this desktop better so that you can see it. Okay, so here is I'm going to fix my phone. It's a little bit crooked. Lift it up a bit higher. Okay, so this is the entire suite here. And what is really interesting in the suite is the set of dies. And the set of dies actually cuts out like a tackle box frame. And I saw, and you can look it up on YouTube, you can look at how some people actually made a box because it creates these little compartments in the box, and then you can fill it with treats. So I thought that was kind of cute. So if you could find some like fish related gummies or fish related candies, you could fill in these little pieces in the box. Kind of a cute idea. They even use window sheets to create a lid so that you could see through. So that's another idea. But the dies are great, and I can't wait to use them tonight. There's a beautiful kind of an ocean die to create some waves. Now, the other thing that came with the suite is the twisted rope embossing folder. This is retiring. So the paper retired. The twisted rope embossing folder retired. So it's still available if you're interested in it, and it's on sale. But it's really, really cool. And I love it. Think about Easter when you want to make any kind of Easter-related cards. It's got this twisted rope, which looks like, basket weaving. So you could create some really cute Easter cards using this, this embossing folder. Okay, so there's really some cute cards. So here's an example of a card that actually is using, let me just drag my camera down here, is using that tackle box idea. See, it's just a frame that sits on a card, and then you fill it with these are all die cuts, which is fun. And then you've got, this is a really cool slimline card with some fish swimming by, and you stamp the fish in the background. And here it's showing you a die does cut out the fish on the paper, but we're going to make this card. So this is, I don't know, I think I'm going to call it paper blocking because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of paper, different sizes that fit on a card. So I have to work out these measurements as we go. But this says, so glad that you're my dad. So it's great for a Father's Day card. Okay, and then you've got the lure, and then you've got the fish swimming ready to take a bite. So that's what we're going to make tonight. So I have decided to just change the front a little bit rather than look at this paper, it's got fishing rods on it. It's really, really cool. But instead of covering the whole front of my card, I wanted to just make a typical 4 by 5¼ inch because I wanted to see some of this wild wheat in the background. So I'm going to cut this down to 5¼ inches. Hi, Carol. Nice of you to join me tonight. Thank you so much. I appreciate when you pop on. Do you have this stamp set, the Gone Fishing? So let's cut this down to 5¼ inches here. And then on the back is this really cool netting. So I think what I want to do is I've got another piece here that we want, and I'm going to just assume it's going to be 1 inch. So I'm going to cut off 1 inch off here. I'll start off by figuring out that that's maybe an inch long. Okay, now this piece is not a piece of the designer series paper that I could see. It looks like it might have been sponged. So what's fun is as a demonstrator, we get to have what they call catalog recipes. It tells you the products that we're using, but it doesn't tell you the measurements of the card. So you kind of have to figure out the measurements on your own. And they didn't mention another DSP. So I'm just assuming that that DSP is not in the pack. Yeah, it's just not in the pack. So we'll do a little bit of sponging tonight. Oh, I didn't bring a blue ink over. I'll have to grab that. Okay, so let's figure. All right, this is called creating on the fly when you don't know the measurements ahead of time. So we've first got our fishing rods on here, and I'm going to glue that on to my card front. So that's how I'm going to start. And I've got my silicone mat here for gluing. You have the paper too? The paper's great, isn't it? Now that I've opened up the package. Since it's carrying over, the bundle is carrying over, I thought, oh, I'll grab another pack of paper, but it's gone. So I can't do that now. All right. So that's our card front. And then we're going to have a piece. I'm just trying to figure out my measurements. I have a piece that's coming across here. And then I have a piece. And this side is a little bit wider. So let's just get a ruler out and see if we can figure it out. So this piece is 5¼ inches. So let's center it. So it's say 5 inches and half of 5. Yeah, we'll go 3. Half of 5 is 2½. Yeah, let's go 3 inches. So I'm going to grab a piece of white cardstock here. I think this is 3 inches. No, it's not. Silly me. I'm going to cut this down to 3 inches. So it's kind of a square. I'm going to do 3 by 3. 3 by 3. Maybe I should have sponged this before I cut it down. That would have been smarter. Now I want this paper to show, yeah, I'm going to have to cut it shorter than 3 by 3. So I'm going to do that and cut that down to, let me just grab a pencil. Let's just go to here. So let's just trim that. So that's going to be 3 by 2 3/4, let's say. If you want to create a little template so that you could do this blocking on another card, you can write down these measurements. So 3 by, what did I say? 3 by 2 3/4. Yeah. So I'm just going to erase this little tick mark here. Okay. So I'm going to sponge this. So let me grab a scrap piece of paper and I'm just going to quickly run and get, I'm going to use this Misty Moonlight. I'm hoping it's not going to be too dark instead of another blue. Let's just get blue as a sponge. There we go. Okay, so let's see, make sure there's, well, even if there's a bit of blue in there, it doesn't matter because I'm using blue. So let's just see. I don't know if Misty Moonlight's going to be too dark. Let's give it a go. So we're just going to sponge this. I'm just tapping it on my ink pad here. And I'm going to be making it darker at the top. Oops, I didn't drag it on, I pounced it on. So I've got a mark there. We'll just pretend it's a little tiny school of fish. It's going to make it a little bit darker at the top. Okay, good enough, I think. All right, now there's a fish at the bottom, and I think he might be die cut. Let me just get my fish paper out here. He might be die cut out of the fish paper, or is he stamped? It's a fish with pink. Don't suppose it matters which fish I pick. I don't even see that fish on here, so maybe he's a stamped fish. Okay, let's get out the stamps here. So we have got, oh, a virgin stamp set. How beautiful is that? Now, how do these fish, oh, it's kind of, I think it's a double two-step stamping on here. So I need Mossy Meadow. And what's that other color on there? It looks like Calypso Coral. So we've got, so bear with me because I haven't stamped with this yet. So here's my, and I'm assuming these are salmon. What do you think, Carol? They kind of look like salmon to me. It's too short. Okay, so that's the body to go on top of. Oh no, here's a whole fish here. Sorry, I'm doing it wrong. Here's the fish with the fins. I need this one. I'm gonna have to play with this stamp set a bit. No, I don't need this one. Oh, this fish has got the lure on it. It's a lure fish. No, this is this fish here. That block's too small. Let's just use this block. Okay. So I'm going to stamp this. It looks like it's done in Mossy Meadow. Now let's get some. So I've got some white paper here. So here's my ocean. I've got white paper here. Let's stamp him in, looks like a salmon. Yeah. Hi, Gina. The paper makes great cards. Yeah, that's why I bought it, to make masculine cards. But now I have the fish set too. So if you've got fisher people in your neighborhood. Okay, so that's Mossy Meadow. And then I should have brought my blends over. I need Calypso Coral. It looks, oh, I don't know. It's not Calypso Coral. So I'm going to get some Mossy Meadow, and I don't know what that color is. It didn't even say to use blends in the recipe. I don't. So let's get Calypso Coral. Maybe some copper clay. And let's get Mossy Meadow. Let's see what we can do with this fish. So I'm going to use the light. Oh, see, look at this. I'm very disappointed in Stampin' Blends. I've had so many that do this, and then my husband has even glued it, and it's still coming undone. It drives me insane. And Stampin' Up! Will only replace them within the 90-day policy, and I'm not very happy about that. And I have talked to them about it, but it happens to me a lot. How about you guys? I don't know if it's the moisture in my house or it's too dry. I don't know what causes that to happen. Like I said, it happens a lot. So obviously gluing them is not working. All right, I'm just putting a bit more green on there. And I think I'm going to try copper clay. This actually might be a good color for this fish. Well, I'm feeling like it's been a while since I've done some coloring. I think I'm going to color right over the tail. I think it looks better if you color over those green areas. There we go. There's our fish. See, and the alcohol comes out when it opens up like that. I don't know. I love having the blends though, because they match all of our colors, but I'm sorry to say, I don't think they're the best quality. Well, if they were better quality, they'd be more money, I guess. It's always a trade-off, isn't it? What am I looking for here? I'm looking for the dies. Oh, here they are, right in front of me. Gina, you've had a lot as well that come apart. Happen as well to the blends. What do you mean, Carol? Are you talking about the watercolor markers, the Stampin' Right markers? I hope this is the fish that cuts up this fish. So I really hesitated purchasing the new in colors because of this problem. And I've heard other demonstrators, they're going back to their Copics. So I don't know. You'd have to do some color matching with that. Okay, let me just quickly run this through the machine. Now I have a good set of Copics already, and I did find a color chart that maps the Copic colors to Stampin' Up markers. Look at that cute little fish. Isn't he cute? He's going to need Wink Estella on them because they're pretty sparkly in the water, aren't they? All right, so there's my little fish. Okay, so now we're going to be making, I'm not sure how this is done. How is that lure made? Okay, Carol, I need your help. This that's in here, is this a die? It's here too. I don't know what do they do with that? Where's the die for that? I don't, oh, is it this thing? Maybe it's this thing. Yes, I think it's this thing. Oh, it's tiny. I thought it was bigger. And I think you cut two pieces, one in white and one in Calypso Coral, and then put them together. Okay, I think I figured it out, Carol. Okay. So you're going to cut two of them. Whoops, there goes my die on the floor. So I think this set is good for masculine cards for sure. And there's a lot. I know one lady, and she loves to fish. She loves to fish. But great masculine cards, retirement. Oh my gosh, perfect for retirement. Okay, sorry. I'm looking for, I brought out some Calypso Coral cardstock somewhere. I was so organized tonight. Now I can't find anything. Oh, here it is. Because the papers are taking too much space here. Let me just set these aside. Okay. Here's Calypso Coral. All right, so I'm going to cut. Just so happen to have this little sliver of cardstock. So let's cut another one of these. Now, what do I do with the white piece? You guys might just laugh when I come online. Oh, here it is. I still have it. Not to worry, it's still here. Okay. All right. All right, so let's set that die aside. So we've got one in white, and we've got one in clips of coral. So I'm going to cut this in half. Oh, that's a cool idea, Gina. Using fishing line. That's very cool. You could even attach maybe some of the really flat lures to your card. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, so we're going to glue this on. I think I need my tweezers. Okay. All right, now what's this other thing cut out now? This is and I don't know, sorry, I don't know fishing terminology. I think this is a lure though. What am I looking for? I'm looking for, and it looks like it's cut out of gold. I didn't bring any gold here. And what's that? Oh boy, look at this. It's this piece. Boy, there's a lot of little pieces here. Is this one piece? Yeah, and you cut out both. I guess that detaches. So this is supposed to be out of foil. On the bottom piece is a little bit of wild wheat. Okay. So good news in the new annual catalog. Isn't it good to see silver foil is back? That's pretty exciting, I think. Okay, now I'm just going to snip a little bit off here. I don't like running a lot of my foils in the Big Shot because, oops, did I say Big Shot? Did you hear me say Big Shot? I said Big Shot. Of course, I need this whole thing, don't I? That was silly. Because the cutting plates will mark up the foil. No, I need the little one on the wild wheat. But we'll just do this. I love playing with little pieces and putting cards together. Some people hate it. I really think it's fun. Okay, there's my, oh, look how cool that is. And here I can use this maybe on a different card. But I want the other lure to be out of a piece of wild wheat. Just use this. And I'll just put that on like that. Hey, have you ladies registered for Creativity Now? Do you know about Creativity Now that's happening in June? They're going to be making Christmas themed projects, it looks like. So that I can use on another card, and that I can use on another card. So I've got this little thing. Okay. So that's that. Done. I'll just throw these papers over here. I'm trying to look at this. There's something happening here, and I don't know what it is. I should look at some YouTube videos, see if anybody made this card. I don't know what's happening there. But I guess this attaches. Oh, and they put a little hook on there. What is that supposed to be? Is that bait? That's not bait. So this is going to attach to this. I'm going to have to just wing it, ladies. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here and hold that down. Flasher and hook. Oh, you're in Winnipeg, away in Winnipeg on that date. Not to say you can't join from Winnipeg, but maybe you're visiting some family or friends. Gina says you don't have to cut that piece in half. There's a die for that. Yeah, I just noticed that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, here it is right here. It's this little half piece, right? Right, because I did cut it a bit crooked. That's okay. Live and learn. And what are these things here? These little Easter egg looking things. Okay, so this is the flasher, right? Flasher, and then I have to do a hook. Oh, here's a hook. Oh my gosh, I can do a hook too. Okay. Wow, the hook is pretty big. Better not poke myself. So I need more foil, right? Wow, this is a bit challenging tonight. Anyway, it's just not the way I'm not always overly prepared ahead of time. I kind of on the fly, I think, shows people, you know, what's involved when you're creating something. You don't have everything pre-planned out when you're a new, even if you're an experienced card maker, you don't have everything planned out. So this kind of shows people, you know, the thought process, how to put things together. I'm okay with that. Okay. So let's just cut out this little hook. That is so cute. Oh my goodness, that is so fine. There's two hooks on here. Look, that is the finest die cut I have ever seen. Look at that. Wow. It's pretty impressive that they can make a die that fine. Look at that. But I'm only going to use one, right? I feel like I need to go fishing now, learn all about this stuff. Could have gone fishing in Cabo. Could have gone for the big fish. Okay, how am I going to hook that hook on there? I don't know how the heck that goes. I think it goes up in the hole. Oh, that's glued down to my paper. Oh, this whole thing's falling apart. I think I rescued it. It's okay for my first attempt. Okay, I'm going to get my tweezers out. I think I need help. Okay, so I'm going to stick this up the hole. And I think I'll stick a glue dot on there. I think that's the best way to hold that in place. What do you think? I just so happen to have some glue dots right here. Yes, a glue dot. Don't even have to really take the backing off, but okay. So that's not going to go on my card till later. All right. So let's set these little pieces aside so I don't lose them. All right. So we've got our water. And we're going to put our fish on here, and he's going to be coming in over here. So I'm going to glue him on partially, and then he's going to get trimmed off. Floats. Floats. I know about bumpers on sailboats and certainly the big ships, but what are floats for? Is that for marking like lobster traps? You must think, oh my God, Erica's such a city girl. Well, I am a city girl. I grew up in Montreal. I like his last little fin showing, so I'm going to stick him like that. Okay. And then this whole thing is going to come down on here. And then this little thing is hanging off the end, I guess. Wow, this is pretty intricate. It's not going to fit on the whole thing, though. Maybe it just sits like that. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I can't put that on until I've got this on the card. Okay, now I have to figure out the next piece where we're going to stamp "So glad that you're my dad." Maybe Devin can give this card to her dad. He doesn't fish, though. Okay, I got to figure out my measuring now. So bring back my card. Can you still see what I'm doing here? Okay, so this is gonna, okay, let's trim this off first. After I've colored this beautiful fish, now I'm snipping him off. Okay, so this is gonna go here, like that. This is gonna come across the top, and I'm gonna trim it. So this is, what was this, 3 inches, right? 1, 2, 3 inches. So I'm going to lop this off at 3 inches. And I'm going to glue that onto that like that. Okay, so it's going to go like that. Okay, we're getting there. Oh my gosh, there's some linen thread tied around here. So if that's the case, I'm going to just put a little bead of glue on the very top of this water. Just a tiny bead of glue. And then I'm going to put this on top. Like that. Wow, with the amount of work that's going into this card, you've got to sell this for a pretty penny. Okay. So this is going to go on here like this. This is coming together finally. Okay. All right. Now, what's the measurement of I'm looking for my ruler. So I want this to be, I'm going to keep these measurements because I think this blocking is going to be fun for another card. and it is touching. So I think I can get away with one and I'm going to do 1 3/4, maybe 2. I can do 2. I can do 2 inches. So I have to put a greeting. So let's just grab this and let's get the greeting, which is so glad you're my dad. Okay, and this looks like this is done in, I don't know, could be Mossy Meadow or Pebbled Path. I think I'll do Mossy Meadow. Since I don't have Pebbled Path here. Mossy Meadow. Actually, I need to cut this down to 2 inches. So I said 2 inches. So let's do this 2 inches, and I hope the greeting's going to fit now. Okay, God. Okay, so glad you're my dad. Yeah, my dad didn't fish. Apparently, my granddad in England was quite the fisherman. Okay. Now, there's a little strip of this blue paper here. Look how pretty this is. Ocean waves here. So to make that, I just need a little strip. I don't even have any scraps yet. So I'm going to do my typical, I always cut my paper down to 4 inches for a layer. So let me just cut this down to 4 inches. And then I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/4 for a layer, for one layer. Okay, and then I will just cut, it's a narrow strip. I think it's not even 1 inch. I'm going to go 3/4 of an inch. Let's see if that works. Oh, I love this paper. It's very pretty. Okay, so I got So Glad You're My Dad. So I'm going to put this on here like that. And then I'll trim it. And then we have a little piece of the plaid paper, which is really cool. This is the reverse of all the fish. Oh my gosh, I love all these fish. It's too bad you can't cut them all out. I guess you could fussy cut though. There's only one fish cut out on the dies. Oh, okay, Gina, what are these things on the dies? These things, what are they for? And what's this thing for? And this looks funny, but there must be some die to cut that out. So these are, what did you call these again? Floaters. You fussy cut, okay. My husband uses them when fishing in the ocean. Okay. See, I ask these questions and you give me the answers, and I don't remember how your answer matches up with my question. Okay, these are floats. And you need floats to hold the fishing line up for casting, okay? Fishing line up for casting. So like in fly fishing, when they're well, you cast with regular fishing too, I guess, to hold the fishing line up. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch a fishing video, I think. And you fussy cut out the fish. Okay, but what was I asking? These things, what are these things for if you've used this set? These things. I don't know what those are. All right, so let's now again, I'm going to cut this down to, again, a 4, make sure my fish are going in the right direction. I'm going to go 4 inches again. I'm always thankful there's 2 sheets of each pattern when I start cutting into my paper. Excuse me, 4 1/4 by 5, 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. Oh, I love this flag. I love this wild wheat, you know. So many people said, oh God, that's an ugly color. But when you match that with their color, it's really pretty. Okay, maybe not pretty. Handsome. How about handsome? Okay, let's do a bit of gluing on here. So see, I'm just working with one strip of paper rather than cutting up a whole bunch of little strips. So let's make that nice and straight on there. Okay. And then let's trim that so that I can figure out how long it's going to be. So we'll get rid of that. Okay, so let's bring back. So we've got this now. So this could have been a little bit higher. This could have been maybe 1¼ inches. That's this strip here. It just depends on how much of a border you want. So I'm just going to lift it up a little bit. Okay, I have to tie. Now I had a piece of linen thread lying around on my desk. Let's see if it's in. Okay, here it is. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. I had this for another project, and this is tied where this is joining. So I'm going to, where's my tape runner? I'm just going to run some tape right across here just to hold down the string. Okay, and then I'm going to wrap it around. Oh, it's just long enough. Lucky me. Okay, stick that on there. And then I'm just going to grab a little piece of Scotch tape just to secure it on the back. Okay. All right. So it's coming together. That's really good. Okay. So then that's not it. This piece, well, here we go. Let's measure this before I stick it down. So this finished piece measures, oh great, it's an 8. It's 3 5/8. Is that right? 3 5/8. So I'm going to cut this down to 3 5/8. 3 4 5/8. Okay. Together. And I'm going to grab this paper here. And what did I say? This was, I keep forgetting my measurements, ladies. Sorry, 2 inches. So I'm just going to cut a strip that's 2 inches. And I'm going to glue this on here. Okay. So I'm actually doing another technique. I think, oh, paper piecing. I'm piecing them together. Okay, and then I'm going to trim this. Now this piece is ready. All right, so we can start putting these pieces together. So I think I'll use Tombow just so that I can have some wiggle room. So even top and bottom as best I can. It's hard to tell where this paper ends and begins. That's totally crooked. Hang on. Yeah, with the wild wheat on the wild wheat, it's a little hard to see. Okay, and then this is going to go on here. And then I just have to put on my fishing lure. Now I could leave a space in between, but I think I'm going to join it. Wow, I'm impressed once it gets put together. What do you guys think? Okay, now where's my little fishing lure? I really feel like I buggered this piece up, but it's going to stay the way it's going to stay. I think I'm seeing another piece of linen thread up there, but sticking out the top. Oh, it's as if it's the fishing line, I think. Shoot, it's the fishing line sticking out the top. Okay, hang on. Let me just put a little piece of fishing line on there. I just saw that right now. So I've got more linen thread here. I just need a little piece. Okay, and I'll use another glue dot. Let's use another glue dot. And I think I'll put another glue dot on top just to hold that string in place. Okay. And then I think I'll use a couple more glue dots on here. Just to hold it down. Sorry, I haven't looked at the time. I hope I'm not keeping you guys too late. So are you interested in recipes? I made this new thing tonight, and I thought it was quite successful and dead easy to make. You know what? I'm going to stick this on here. So it's on here kind of crooked. And there's my fishing line poking out. I'll have to shorten that, I think. And then I'm going to get my tweezers, and I'm just going to put a bit of glue on here. This was a bit persnickety, I will admit. And just see if I can hook that on there. Here we go. Looks good. Thanks, Carol. Whew, that was a challenge. But it is effective, isn't it? Especially somebody who knows about fishing. I know about doing this now, Gina. Thank you for that. And I guess I should trim my fishing line a little bit. There we go. Wow, I think it looks good. So you see, that's kind of, pattern blocking. I mean, it doesn't have to have a scene on it, but you could do different designer series papers, in different measurements. I think it looks cool. What is that on my card? Looks like a bubble, but it's glue. Where's my glue eraser? Let's see if I can get that off. So Now in the stamp set, I just wanted to look. I didn't really familiarize myself. Is there any other little schools of fishes? No, there's no schools of fishes. There's water though. Very cool. Boy, I have to play with this. Oh, look at that. There's like this feathery thing. I'm gonna have to learn some terminology about fishing, that's for sure. I'm gonna watch a video and see if I can learn something, because I know nothing about fishing. I know about worms on a hook. That's about it. Okay. So there you go. There's my first attempt, and I think I made a kind of an advanced card for using the stamp set for the first time, but it's very effective, don't you think? I think the DSP does it. It's too bad it's sold out, but I'm sure we can use some other DSP as well. You just need pattern DSPs, right? And we've got lots of plaid papers, and I'm sure in your stash you've got some water looking papers, and if not, you can stamp your own water or do some more blending with your brushes. But yeah, there you go. I think, oh wait, I'm going to put some Wink of Stella on the fish. I think it needs some Wink of Stella on the fish. You won't see it in the camera, but I've just added some Wink of Stella on the fish. There you go. Okay, so thank you. What time is it? Oh, it's 9 o'clock. So I just took the hour. So thanks so much for joining me and having the patience to watch me fumble through this card. But it was kind of fun. And let me know if you want me to post the measurements. I'll post the individual pieces. If you're interested, just put a comment. And if you want me to do all the measurements for those pieces, I'm happy to do that. But there you go. There's the fish card. Thanks again. We'll see you on Monday for Mojo Monday. Now, Monday is, let me just look on my, what is Monday? April 29th. Okay, there's just a few days left for the retiring stuff, and then May 1st, oh my gosh, we can place a bigger order. Oh my gosh, yeah, bigger order. All right, thanks so much. Bye for now.